Hey everyone, Michael the Librarian of Magic, back once again with another Disney drawing of a villain for you today. This is October the 22nd, and the same disclaimers about these videos as always apply, and links to these can be found, as always, at the end of this video to my other videos. So with that being said, I am going to jump straight into the villain drawing of today. This is the first of the last 10, I believe. So I'm excited to be on the home stretch here, and thanks for joining. Let's check out the drawing of the day. Today's drawing is Madame Medusa from the original Rescuers, 1977. This is a pretty basic drawing. It's not my most detailed work or my finest work, but it was based on a pretty basic tutorial, and I like that it gets, some of the essence of the character. I think the hair is really good. That's one of my favorite aspects of this drawing. And I decided to add a little color to it, which I don't normally do, but this character is so colorful, and her garish makeup is such a part of her vibe and her red hair that I just decided to give it a little splash of color, which I don't usually do. It was a pretty basic drawing, so I thought, what the heck, let's enhance it a little bit. This is obvious. It's obvious that I really like the Rescuers series. Now having done both of the primary villains from both Rescuers movies, I just think it's a really fun series. I love, Bob Newhart and Eva Gabor as the mice, Bernard and Bianca, and just the concept that there is the Rescue Aid Society that are a bunch of mice that exist for the sole purpose of rescuing children in need or in peril. I just think it's a cool idea based on the books by Marjorie Sharp. This particular villain is one of those ones that I, just like some of the other ones I've picked, that is greedy, narcissistic, and that's kind of what makes her own demise in a way. Like, she overlooks other people, she overlooks the value of other people, including the people that work with her, and also she is just super greedy and doggedly focused on one goal, which is to get the Devil's Eye diamond here. She is a pawn shop owner in New York City, and then she hears word that the Devil's Eye diamond exists in this place called Devil's Bayou in a pirate treasure cove that has been found. So she goes down to see if she can try to find the diamond, and she finds it, but she finds that it is in a cavern that she is too small to get into. And she also has a really bumbling henchman named Mr. Snoops. Mr. Snoops is also too large. Did I say too small? I meant too large. She's too large to get in there. The opening is too small for her to get in. Mr. Snoops is also too large to get in there. Medusa also has two pet crocodiles, Brutus and Nero. They're also too big to get in there. So she goes back to her pawn shop in New York and then hatches this plan where she kidnaps this little girl named Penny so that she can stuff Penny down into this treasure cove to get the Devil's Eye diamond for her, and that sends Bernard and Bianca from the Rescue Aid Society on the case with a bunch of other colorful characters that they meet down in the swamp to go rescue Penny. The character here of Madame Medusa is loosely based on a character called the Diamond Duchess in one of Marjorie Sharp's Rescuers books called Miss Bianca. But there are a lot of elements of this character that really weren't there in Marjorie Sharp's conception, but were added by all of the Disney teams. The design, the sketches, or whatever you want to say, the character aesthetic was principally orchestrated by animator Milt Kahl, who is one of Disney's original 9 Old Men. If you don't know about the 9 Old Men, that's a thing that's worth looking up. But they were basically these 9 animators that were kind of the stalwart, legendary animation tentpoles of Walt Disney Studios from Walt's day and then on for quite a long time. And sort of were 9 guys that really helped build the aesthetic of the company and, the success of the company. So he helped design her. A lot of her design elements come from Cruella de Vil, who was in 101 Dalmatians, before this movie existed. For a long time, when they were developing this, they thought they might just straight up put Cruella de Vil into this film as the villain, that they would cover her in like crocodile skins and stuff, that she had been down to the bayou and had been skinning crocodiles, and her character traits would still apply. So partway in, they decided not to do that because it felt too sequelish to 101 Dalmatians, so they created this new character, Madame Medusa, but she still shares a lot of Cruella de Vil's qualities, like being singularly focused on a goal, being having a very over-the-top craziness about her. They're both pretty bad drivers. They both drive pretty erratically and way too fast. So there's a lot in common that she has with Cruella de Vil. The one of the interesting things is her crocodile. She ends up having a run-in with her crocodiles, even her pet crocodiles, towards the end of the movie, which doesn't work out too well for Madame Medusa. McLeach from the other Rescuers movie, Rescuers Down Under, that I drew in a previous video, also ends up having a run-in with crocodiles, so there's some similarities there. Madame Medusa was voiced in the movie by a wonderful, well-respected actress named Geraldine Page, who had a decades-long career on screen and stage, and had many accolades and was very well respected as a character actor and a method actor. She was nominated for an Oscar 7 times, winning the Best Actress Oscar for 1985's The Trip to Bountiful. She was nominated for 4 Tonys. She won some Golden Globes, some BAFTAs. She was quite an actress and did quite an excellent job of voice acting Madame Medusa. She's just a really colorful, over-the-top character. One of the things I like about her design, and this was not an intentional thing on the part of the Disney people, because I think it came after the fact, but she kind of gives me a little bit of if you've seen the movie Annie with Carol Burnett, I think came out in the early '80s, so I'm pretty sure The Rescuers predates that. Anyway, Carol Burnett as Miss Hannigan in that. This character, Madame Medusa, gives me a little bit of a Miss Hannigan vibe, although Miss Hannigan drank a whole lot more than Madame Medusa here. But there's some similarities in my personal opinion. I've always kind of gotten a little bit of a Carol Burnett-esque something from this character, although Madame Medusa is really crazy and really over the top, even by comparison to Miss Hannigan. So yeah, I think she's just a really interesting character. The Rescuers movies are really cool. If you've never checked those out, give them a watch. They're really good. Bob Newhart, like I said, and Ava Gabor, their chemistry is so fun. And the animation is really, really great. These are some of the Rescuers movies are some of Disney's really, really good work that I feel like has gone somewhat unnoticed compared to some of the Renaissance, the quote Disney Renaissance movies like Little Mermaid or Aladdin or Beauty and the Beast, which are amazing. Don't get me wrong; those are masterpieces and in their own right. But I think Rescuers gets a little bit overlooked. Both the Rescuers and Rescuers Down Under, and they're really, really great and really worth a watch. So that's my drawing of Madame Medusa. It's like I said, pretty basic, but once again, another one that I'm happy to have in my sketchbook, because it's a great reminder of those movies, and I'll probably go watch them at some point soon, because I do have those ones on Blu-ray, and they're really fun, and I've been really enjoying thinking about those characters, learning a lot more about them, researching them for these videos. So thanks for watching these as always. If you like this content, give me a thumbs up or subscribe or share these videos with your friends. Ding the little bell icon or whatever they say. All the YouTube things. And comment below if you are a fan of the Rescuers, or if Madame Medusa, do you agree with me that she's got a little bit of a Carol Burnett, Miss Hannigan, Annie vibe? Am I alone on that? I don't know. Anyway, let me know. Thanks as always for watching these. Stick with me as we go through the home stretch of the rest of October for my Disney Villain Drawing a Day project. And thanks for sticking with me this far, and I'll see you tomorrow when I come back with another drawing. Have a great day.